gonna say.
Yeah, it's probably the case. But the finisher, Mr. C, 57 years old. I remember going like, all right. So now let me ask you a question. Do you know Mr. C on more of a level than that he had a role in some people's careers, or do you know him from like an actual like he was influential in Cali as well?
I just know him from the mixtape that he had Biggie on.
Okay, so that main mixtape back in the day, like he had like that
what was the song?
Mixtape.
What was whatever that mixtape was? I can't remember the name right now, but it was good. That was all I knew him from. I never heard of him again after that until the this thing.
Oh yeah. See that's the thing. I wonder because I know on the East Coast, Mr. C crazy influential. Like I remember going to flea markets to get Mr. C mixtapes even before the Biggie, the big Biggie mixtape. Without Mr. C.
What else did he do?
The thing is with C, he was more a behind the scenes dude, right? Like he would connect people, and obviously he was a DJ. He would DJ at clubs, put together blends, and all that
behind the male jeans.
Yeah, behind the male's booty hole, staring at it. Is this the joint you're talking about right here? And then like the song that started this joint.
You play like two bars. I'll tell you.
It's going out to all the gangsters, all the pimps and players, hoes and bitches.
Yeah.
I know what time it is.
Yeah, he was a DJ, Casto, and that was his main gig. But then he would also connect people and discover people. He was Big Daddy Kane's DJ, helped discover Biggie.
My man, Mr. C, represent all day, every day.
There might not be Biggie without Mr. C, especially considering he died so early.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good ear, obviously.
Like I said before, Junior Mafia click, hardcore, representing.
This is very homo rap, by the way, if you really listen to it.
Biggie Smalls is the wickedest. Niggas say I'm pussy. I dare you to stick your dick in this.
Mr. C? You think he was getting hints?
Getting rid of ya. Got it locked like the penitentiary. Niggas mention me for MC execution. Who you choosing? The whack MC or the black fat MC? Jack Dempsey will start shaking all it's taken. There's some marijuana and I'm making MCs break fast like blackjacks and bacon. Back against the windmills. Who's still the gin drinker? Ill thinker. Exploding when the paper hits the ink. Take against the Chronicles. Turn to page 666. Holocaust. Big the merciless. Niggas press their luck in. They get a butt fucking. Straight up the ass raw dog with the rash. And I don't fuck with
what?
The condoms is the problem from the AIDS getting sprayed. Diseases, big pleases. MCs across the seas is just the way I crush my prey.
Hey. Yeah. He was executive producer on Ready to Die. He put Puffy and Biggie in the room together, kind of encouraged people to listen to Biggie, and got the train rolling. Without Mr. C, there's a good chance Biggie wouldn't be where he ended up prior to his obviously untimely young death. And this was the classic mixtape from 1995 that you're talking about, and this was like a mix of songs that had come out. Remix of songs. He had a couple of new verses on there, a couple unreleased joints.
I heard this on Sway and Tech, the Wake Up Show. Yeah, I think they played that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because back then there was no internet, right? So DJ is dropping mixtapes, and then you finding those mixtapes at flea markets or somebody selling them on the street. Like you were not hearing the music otherwise.
I think that was important for where I was living, because I wasn't in LA, but I could put the antenna up on Friday night, and Sway and Tech had a show called The Joint. They came on at like midnight, and if you put the antenna up with the, like the hanger or whatever you had, you could get it, bro. And that's when I heard they would like people that would become some of my favorite rappers was like Pharoah Monch. I heard Pharoah Monch for the first time and was like, holy shit, the fuck is this? Stress. I heard stress, kill, destroy, stress.
That's how you got your East Coast shit.
I mean, I had bought like Run DMC in the 80s. Like I was already up like on that with Beastie Boys and LL Cool J, but like I don't. When you wouldn't, I wouldn't have known. It was easier to go in the Tower Records or Sam Goody,
Right.
and like take a shot.
With the
'Cause
Wiz.
you were taking a shot with all your
We used to
money.
go to the Wiz. We used to go to the Wiz, and then we also go like for certain joints you had to go. There was a place on Staten Island called Majors Records. And that was in shout out Staten Island, Pathmark, Mariners Harbor. That's where you would go for all like the more low key shit and the mixtapes and and shit like that. Yeah, shout out Damo, always supporting the Wig Dogs. We appreciate you, man, very much so.
Damo,
very much so. But yeah, so like I said, Mr. C. A huge pioneer when it comes to hip hop. You know, he wasn't only a guy who connected people. Someone said that earlier. He was also a DJ. He would do blends. He would do mixtapes. But then at the same time, he was also integral in connecting a lot of people. People always say that they love Biggie, but all I ever heard driving around at parties was Tupac. And that's in Florida more. On the East Coast, it was a mix. It was a mix, like, you know. Because what Biggie and Tupac both did was they figured out the formula of, all right, how do we make enough hood type songs, grimy type songs, street type songs, but also make some of those songs change into mainstream songs and popular songs, and then also make other songs that were only mainstream songs, but not degrade the street type shit we were putting out, right? It's like Biggie and Pac were the only two people up until 95, 96 when they died. They were the only two people to really figure that out, and do it where it didn't hurt hip hop, Then they died, and then people like, Jay-Z started trying to do it. Even Nas, who I love, but on an album on like Nostradamus, he tried doing it where it was like more of a poppy album, and it ended up being his worst album by far, so that's
Nostradamus.
Now he is sucking a lot of dick, bro. I hated that shit so much, bro.
It's Nostradamus.
That shit made me so angry at the time, bro.
And then Jay killed him with that one bar. It was written to not nasty Nas trash. What do you say? Nostradamus or some shit.
Yeah. But dope. Then Ether just ended everything. You know what I mean? But yeah. So that like Pac and Biggie were the only two people to like figure out that formula where it didn't end up hurting hip hop. And then once they died, it was like it was over, right? Like people were like, oh shit, how did they make the money they made? Let me try to recreate that formula. And then it ended up turning into the pop type hip hop, like from 2000 on, 98, 99 on. That's like the slow degradation of hip hop to turning into more of like a, more like pop music, where literally now it's went to the point where literally hip hop songs are 70% guys not even rapping, and people still consider them rappers. But yet 90% of the song they're singing, or like riding the beat and not really rapping. So, but it's also progression. Some might say regression, but the bottom line is that's where it started. When Biggie and Pac died, it's like there was a big shift in in hip hop. So shout out my brother Mr. C. Let's get into a little more Mr. C, and then let's let people know the type of guy Mr. C was, because Mr. C was as progressive as it gets. We'll get into that in 1 minute or two here. We don't know how he passed yet. Mr. C not only was in Grand Theft Auto, he was on the radio station as himself. So you got another, random accomplishment there. He's in Grand Theft Auto. He helped to fucking discover fucking Biggie. Shout out Bellin. Love you, brother. They hustle and promoting to moms. Yeah. In a way, that's what happened, right? And like Biggie and Pac, they did it in a way where like they would have those couple songs on their album, right? Like Hypnotize and, Pac, what's the joint with Jodeci?
California Love.
California Love, How Do You Want It? Certain joints that were marketed to that audience, but it didn't drop the rest of the audience.
But then they had Death Around the Corner. Come on, man. Hard.
Right. And then they had the regular shit.
Old School? One of my favorite songs. Dope song.
Right. But it changed once Biggie and Pac died. Like literally hip hop just went a whole different direction, you know. And listen, it is what it is. The direction probably would have happened regardless, but that definitely expedited the change. The Karens, yeah, exactly. That's like, you know, like my girl, you know, my wifey, like she's from Staten Island as well, you know, like an Italian chick for the most part, like white as fuck, but she love a Biggie, you know, she'll be hypnotized. Come on, that bitch will be in the whip to, oh, Biggie, can't you see? Start rubbing the titties and shit, you know. That's just what it is, you know.
That's what it is. It was rub your titties music.
Well, I don't mind that. I see you're from Florida, so I could deal with the Trick Daddy shit. Tupac, DMX I got into as I got older and love that motherfucker now. And you're from Florida, so Trick Daddy, totally understand. The Game, the best rapper to come out post 2005. Like from 2005 to now, there's no better MC that came out, in my opinion. Not J. Cole, not Kendrick.
There's got to be somebody better than him.
That achieved any type of success, let's say. You know what I mean? That like ended up, like obviously there might be an underground rapper that's like fucking.
I like Game.
Volcanic eruptions, dick suckings, percussions. You know, it might be some like underground
that
dude.
Shit hard.
You know?
Who's that? That shit hard.
Right now.
Oh. Yeah,
you know?
I like the Game, but
that's an interesting. That's an interesting Mount Rushmore, but I like it because like you can see like multiple layers to that Mount Rushmore. You know what I mean? Like it's like he's from Florida. He ended up being in Florida for a long time. So the Trick Daddy.
I'm not mad at Trick Daddy. I'm old.
A very interesting Mount Rushmore. I like it.
I'm sure I'm older than Ross, but I would. I don't
probably
know
the same
Florida.
pocket.
Is it if you weren't from Florida, would you still like Trick Daddy that much? I wonder.
Thank you. And that's why him being on his Mount Rushmore is totally fine with me.
No, I like
documentary.
I'm saying
that album was
older.
Fucking crazy.
I like
that album was crazy.
What is it? Uncle Luke, like 2 Live Crew?
Yeah. 2 Live Crew.
But I did like Trick Daddy.
You can suck it, just don't bite it.
I think was
that NWA? No, that was NWA. You can suck it, just don't bite it.
What's that?
Me So Horny was
Easy.
Yeah, that was NWA. You can suck it, just don't bite it.
2 Live Crew is hey, we want some pussy.
That too.
We want that shit got me fucked up. By my mom fucked me up listening to that shit, dude. She come in and fucking start ripping shit, throw the tape.
Okay, she's talking Pitbull
shit. Pitbull. Oh yeah, I like what Dolly.
Right.
What is Dolly? Dolly.
Right, I like it.
Dolly. I like
that
Pitbull.
That is a super interesting Mount Rushmore.
I like when Pitbull came on and was like, "Let's go, Trump."
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck it." You know what I mean?
Them Cubans love Trump, dog, and I respect the shit out of it.
So in GTA, right? You know what else he did? You want to know the most hood classic shit he did? This might be bigger than fucking Finding Biggie. This might be bigger than being Big Daddy Kane's DJ. This might be bigger than being in the Juice Crew. You know, this, that. This motherfucker helped to develop a fucking flavor with tropical fucking fantasy called Island Punch. Now, you might not know tropical fantasy. First of all, it used to be in a different shaped bottle, white cap, back in the day. Any bodega you would ever go into in all of New York City, tropical fantasies were the 50-cent sodas. And he developed.
Was that the one in the little jug?
It was it was shaped like a jug, but it was definitely bigger than that. It was like this size, like, you know. But you want to buy New York bodega shit. It was 50-cent sodas, bro. That's the shit. If you had a little bottle of Henny or a little E&J or something, and you can't afford Coke, you know what I mean? You spent more on the liquor than you was expecting. You only got a little left over. Tropical fantasy. That was the game.
It was a soda, or it was a soda, not a juice, like a water, like a quarter water. It wasn't a quarter water.
Right, it wasn't a quarter. It was a 50-cent soda, an actual soda. And he helped develop.
You got the most bang for your buck for that one.
Yeah, bro. It was like a 20-ounce soda. It was the same size.
Like, what are we going to mix this? What are we mixing this vodka with?
Right.
We're mixing it with Tropical Fantasy. Get that tea.
Right.
Let me get that punch. That's the Island Punch.
Okay. Exactly. So that might have been the most gangster shit.
I bet that shit gave you a hangover like a motherfucker. That's what gave you a hangover. There's probably 700 grams of sugar in that shit. Get diabetes. He probably died of diabetes with that shit. He probably had a
Might
goddamn.
have.
He's probably drinking that shit in his sleep. He probably had a keg of it.
Yeah, they didn't say yet. They didn't say yet. what is
Tahitian
exact.
treat. Is that a thing? Tahitian treat? Sounds like
Yeah, I
something my
don't know.
wife would drink.
Yeah, they didn't announce his his cause of death yet. I mean, he wasn't in the best shape. 57 years old, swallowed a lot of T-dog cum.
Whoa.
So who knows?
Pump your brakes, dude. This is 2024. It's fine.
I don't.
Why you say things like that?
I don't know my whole Mount Rushmore, but Too Short and Outkast is definitely on it. Okay, I ain't mad at that. I definitely
Too Shorts.
Outkast is
Don't
definitely
fight the feeling.
above his level as far as pure talent, but Too Short made some fucking amazing music.
What'd you just say?
Atlanteans.
Did you just say that Outkast?
Don't tell me you're gonna compare Andre 3000. You know,
you're
what I mean?
fucking high as a kite right now.
The
You need to
fucking
relax.
Too Short.
Too Short has more talent.
And
And
I
that
got
big
this
ass dick
bitch
he's
over
got.
here with some big ass titties. I'm in a Cadillac, dropping through the city. Like, I love Too Short,
Bro,
but
you
Too
haven't
Short
listened enough. You have
is the
tell me,
most
give me,
average.
Give me,
He's
give
the
me
most
5 songs.
average.
Give me 5 songs.
He's
You
the
haven't
most
listened to 5 Too
average.
Short songs.
He's the most average dope song making MC. He makes great songs.
You're
But
tripping.
we're not gonna pretend like he's a lyricist or something.
You
are
just
we?
said what do you? Yes, he is.
Oh my god, I hate you.
He's hard body with it. Get out of here, bro.
Aggro, I still support him being on Mount Rushmore, but Outkast, yes, for sure. Too Short, respected. Atlanteans, their
Just
best
because
album. in my
Outkast,
opinion.
Andre 3000 dresses, you dress up like that and do Hey Ma, and he's more talented than
No, fuck
Oakland's
Hey Ma.
finest.
I'm talking about Hey Ma shit. That's when Andre got weird. I'm talking about Atlanteans. I'm talking about like his early shit is where he really shined.
The same way
Well.
that you find that creative that they did AT Aliens is the same creativity that Too Short
Hell
throws
no.
dick.
I'll show
in
you.
his
I'll show
bars.
you. I'll put you onto some songs from AT Aliens that you might
Crumbling
not
Herb.
have heard, and you'll be like, "Oh, yeah, it's different."
Outkast's best song is
It's different.
either Players Ball. Is
Now you're
might
going
be
too far
my-
back. Atlanteans is their best album. You didn't name a song from it yet. You didn't listen to that album. I'm gonna put you onto that
I
album,
didn't listen to that album.
and it might change your
I'm
mind.
sure I've heard it.
You probably heard it. You probably heard Elevators, which was their big hit from it.
How's
Me
it go?
and you,
Elevators.
your mama and your cousin.
Oh
too.
yeah, I heard that
Yeah.
one. It was
That was
like,
their
what
hit.
floor you want? Hit 9.
Right.
Where you
that
going?
Was their,
You going up to the 9th floor? Yeah.
that was their hit.
Give me
That
some
was
more.
their hit. Yeah. That was their hit from the joint. But so anyway, Mr. C. Now, another thing Mr. C is for sure known for. You want to talk about being progressive, especially in hip hop, right? Like when you got an industry. I mean, if you had to name what's the most homophobic or homo hating industry, what would it be?
Wrestling.
I didn't say the most homocentric.
Yeah, rap. Maybe Alaskan fishermen.
Maybe Alaskan fishermen.
I'm thinking. Yeah, truckers.
Yeah. Truckers. Trumpers.
Is the KKK is the KK count as a fucking a job? Yeah, rap.
Okay.
Rap
respect
definitely
that,
would be
Babylon was my
Equemini
shit.
was hard. Equemini was
Equemini
cool.
was a good album, but Atlanteans was a better album. But Equemini, yeah, I can see how that, because the time in life for you probably. But Babylon was my shit on that album. I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna show you that song after. So let's see what else Mr. C is known for.
I
And
can't
then
wait.
we're gonna see what Mr. C is known for, and then we're gonna pee, and then we're gonna play Check the Transmission.
Oh,
But
here we
first-
Oh, fuck yeah.
Let's add some context here, because there's no way in hell we could do Mr. C coverage and not play Check the Transmission, because Mr. C is the OG of inclusivity, is the OG of taking the trans by the hand and saying you my man, and then sucking his dick and being like, here's the plan. Don't tell no one, just come in my mouth, and then I'm gonna send you back to down south. Yeah, he's the king of that shit. He's the king of that. He's the king of that. He's the king of that. So let's go. This is one interview.
My story. You know I am. You know what I do.
Now, for context, this is Mano, who's a rapper, right, from Brooklyn. I believe Mano's from Brooklyn, right? Mano interviewing him, and Mano probably is like, man, fuck homos and shit. And what's funny about the Biggie joint we played, did you hear in the beginning of it? It's like, this is for all you homos. Like, it's like he's shitting on homos on the Mr. C mixtape, which Mr. C was probably sucking dick back then too. He just probably wasn't telling nobody. You know what I mean? Him and Puffy probably sharing dicks in '93. You know what I mean? But anyway.
You know my story. You know I am. You know what I do.
No,
You know.
but the world, like we.
Yeah, you know. My story is well documented. I just wanted to know how you got down.
Nah, I don't. I absolutely strictly women.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay,
I
so
like that. That's cool. But
okay,
was good.
so people thought
you like trannies though.
that's what I do, bro.
That's
you
what
know
you
me.
do.
You know what I do. That's what I do. It's
But
well
you
documented.
like,
But you gotta respect it though. To be in hip hop and to like 10, 15, 20 years ago, be like, yeah, I like transsexuals.
I like
Like,
the way
you
a
gotta
man's
respect the
dice on
gangster.
my forehead. I like the way some balls feel on my chest. No big
Right,
deal, guys.
Right. I'm the
Guys.
finisher on a man's chest.
Guys,
the
what's
big
more
deal?
manly than having a man squat on your face?
Right,
Hell,
right.
so- now what are you talking about?
He screamed Mr. C like a DJ right before he nutted on a trainee's back. He's like, Mr. C! And he would finish on a trainee's on a transsexual.
Mr. Seed on a man's
Yeah,
face.
yeah. Mr. Seed and Mrs. Seed. There's a lot of seeds I see on your back. Yes. But you got to respect the gangster of it, especially in hip hop.
He's owning it.
Consider yourself a gay man?
I mean, I've answered that question way back when I got arrested in 2011 and 2013.
We got new people.
Yeah, I know we got new people. I consider myself trisexual. I'll try anything.
Okay. Hey, I respect it. I respect it.
I'll try anything.
I
Not
respect
anything. Not literally not anything. But the point I'm making is that the only thing I've done with transsexuals is that I got top head from a transsexual. I've never had sex. I never penetrated.
Never hit a nigga.
No.
You
Never hit a
hit
nigga.
a nigga.
Never.
No.
Never hit a nigga.
No.
Not one time.
No. Never in my life. Never had sexual.
Oh shit! Is Mano on board? Mano's like, wait,
It
hold on.
sounds like it.
I did catch head from a transsexual once, so maybe we're on the same page. Maybe we're on
boys
the
now,
same
man. Let's go.
page. Yeah. Tranny bros.
Tranny Eskimo, bro.
Intercourse with a transsexual.
What is-
Tranny Eskimo bros.
what is the thing with transsexuals? Like, because it's a man, so it's like because there's footage, right? Where it's like this dude taped you.
There's footage
and y'all
on
like haggling over the prices of head, right? So it's like
Well, let me correct you.
Right.
It wasn't a dude that taped me.
Right.
It was a transsexual
okay,
woman.
okay, it's a
'Cause I don't
transsexual.
want them to get at you.
Don't get at me.
It was a transsexual woman
don't-
that
I-
taped me. It was
okay.
not a man.
Okay, I don't understand all this shit.
But I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying.
You want to learn from the master?
Oh,
What you into?
Oh shit!
master. This is the fucking
You want to learn from the master?
Motherfucker said I'm transsexual prime, trans Optimus Prime. The motherfucker. This motherfucker said I'm trans Skywalker. Fuck, get over here, trans Vader. Yes, motherfucker. Fuck out of here, bro. Motherfucker said I'm trans. I don't know. I was trying to find something else.
Whoever this, he was putting his hands on him a lot,
Yeah.
and I was
That's
waiting
the
to
best.
see, I was waiting to see him flip. I thought maybe he was going to do a "Don't put your hands on me, bitch."
So
Because I don't want you to get because they will get at you. bro.
They will get at you.
If you don't talk the right terminology,
I have a problem.
you will have problems.
Okay, so a transsexual female tapes you, basically haggling over head prices and where to do it at and all this other stuff. Like, so what I'm asking you is that my question is like, do you prefer that it's a
man that looks like a
man
woman?
that used to be that looks like a woman, or
Mano, stop being difficult. That's what a transsexual woman is.
So
It's a man that's dressed like a woman.
right? But is that what you like though?
Yes. I already made that clear. Where we going? Where we going here?
You know, I really respect your honesty.
Yo.
I thought that's what they used to call a cross dresser, though, wasn't it?
You gotta respect it though. Like not only is he's saying it's my preference. You know what I mean? Like he's not just like, yeah, here and there. You know what I mean? I like to grab a dog, have a good weekend.
Like man's mouths. They're strong. Right. You ever tried a man's mouth? Like I feel like he's trying to sell him on it. He just starts telling like, oh, first of all, women's bones are less dense than a man's bones. So therefore they can put more power into the suction when they're in my Ford Escalade, which I assume that it was.
Right. And you gotta listen. You gotta respect it. My thing is with this story too is it's like me. I don't give a fuck. Right? You do whatever you want to do. You know my rules with shit. Right? Like I literally have no problem with how anybody wants to live. Right? Respect is respect. Don't try to infringe on anybody else. Don't try to force anyone else to comply. So ain't nothing wrong then reaching for a slice of butter and winding up with the stick. Yeah. I just listen. All I want is enough to put in a fucking Kraft mac and cheese powder box. Oh shit, there's a whole stick here. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, bro. Fuck it, grab that stick, bro.
He's picking them up, dude. He's driving down the street, and if I think Mr. C goes like this. He sees like women. He sees women walking like prostitutes, and he's like, ew, gross, and he sees a man walking. He's like, disco.
Right. So it's like my main thing with this shit is, all right, so you were shitting on him for being gay or being, a trans lover or whatever. Now it's rest in peace, Mr. C. You know what I mean? But when this shit came out here, right? This 2013, dog. This is prior to Twitter outrage. This is prior to Trump, right? You can't say it's reactionary. You can't say it's when, drag queen story time.
This guy was an OG in the T-Dog game.
100%. The decision that I've
progressive
made to open up about my sexuality has definitely been the most difficult thing that I've ever had to do in my life. But I felt like this was
you got to pee
for me to do it personally and professionally.
No, I will.
I felt worried about how my family would be affected, how my co-workers and my friends and even my fans would be affected.
Hey, you want to pee with me, man? I'll pee with you. No homo.
Yeah, let's let
shout out to Mr. C. Man, you know what, man? It's making me feel like because this is Mr. C, that two men can agree
to pee together,
but not in the same spot. But we know that each other is holding each other's.
Right. Will you hold my pee-pee? I'll hold your pee-pee, basically, and it's okay because we're men. Is that what you're saying? I agree. It's always like that. Give the flowers when they're gone. So
grab it.
Right. Great.
Grab it.
Wait, this way.
Grab it. Ooh. This is the finger for your ass.
Oh, wait, this way?
Right there. Yeah. That's Wait,
off my ass?
Yeah. Well, I just figured. Yeah. Now turn around. Yeah.
Go this way?
Yeah. Ben, there you go. All right. Now you have to beat yourself off. You're going to have to beat yourself off. Yeah, you like that, Mr. C? Oh, Mr. C, OG in the game. You taught me how to do this, kid.
I'm Mr. C. I'm Mr. Cliff.
Do it for Mr. C. Yeah, you dirty girl.
All right. So anyway, let's let Mr. C get his rocks off. Let's let him speak his truth real quick. You know what? This is what we'll do. We'll let Mr. C completely get his rocks off right now. It's just 3 minutes of Mr. C. We'll be back before 3 minutes, but let's salute a legend that's dead, and let's salute him as he is. Who gives a fuck if you're gay, trans, whatever the fuck? I'll crack my jokes. Keep it away from kids. Don't body slam girls if you got a set of balls. Mr. C's here. We'll be back.
Open up about my sexuality has definitely been the most difficult thing that I've ever had to do in my life. But I felt like this was the time for me to do it personally and professionally. For me, I felt worried about how my family would be affected, how my co-workers and my friends and even my fans will be affected by this decision. Because in this hip-hop community of ours, it's not cool to be gay. It's not cool to be bisexual. I felt that if I was to actually be honest about myself, that nobody would actually just want to deal with me anymore. But the more that I kept lying and the more I kept trying to deceive you and myself, the more that I was being more closed in and not really being who I really am. I also came to realize that the more that I kept this secret and kept lying and kept trying to be deceitful to the people that I love, I wasn't really helping myself or anybody else that probably could need help out there. but with the grace of family and good friends around me, they made me feel comfortable to exercise my human right for sexual freedom instead of finding myself being self-detained by discrimination, judgment, criticism, and even violence from my own community. Thank God that I have friends and family that's going to hold me down and make sure that I'm all right. I got tired of lying and hiding, but I'm here to tell you today, you don't have to lie or hide no more about your sexual freedom. This is why I have teamed up with the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. I am choosing to speak for myself and a new sexual revolution. Today, right now, it's about sexual freedom. You don't have to be afraid, but you do have to be careful and protect yourself. Did you know that each month, thousands of youths are infected with HIV and that 1 in 3 new infections are from young adults aged 13 to 24? Did you also know that young Black and Latina women account for over 70% of HIV infections in their age group? Hey, look, the stats are real. We know STDs will never disappear. On one of the times that I got arrested, I was forced to take a class about STDs. And even though I was forced to take this STD class, I learned so much about how you can contract STDs. You can be involved with somebody sexually and not even know that they have an STD. Please make sure you guys out there take care of yourself. Check out the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. At AHF, there's no judgment, no stigma, no shame whatsoever. You want to know why? Because AHF is revolutionary. Are you? The next sexual revolution is beginning right now. It is the battle for sexual health. We all have a right to a sexual life that is free from shame and disease. Listen, I opened up to y'all today. I gave you all of me. Now I want you to give all of yourself. Are you good? Are you healthy? Are you free? I can tell you today that today I'm free, and I want you to be free.
I mean, listen, regardless of where you stand on shit, how can you not respect it? In hip hop, coming out, talk about I like transsexuals, go out there, fuck, keep your dick clean. Are you free? I'm free. I'm free to suck any transsexual that I want to. And I'm Mr. C. And I was Big Daddy Kane's DJ. And I helped discover Biggie. And I was in Grand Theft Auto. And I also helped to discover a tropical fantasy soda brand. And I also like some dick every once in a while. Support it. You know what I mean?
They just